Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a topic that is an absolute game changer for any business owner: how to finally stop drowning in busy work and start actually focusing on growth. We're going to break down how automation can supercharge your productivity and put money right back in your pocket.
So, if you're running a small or medium sized business, I want you to take a look at this. Does this feel a little too real? Is your day to day just a constant uphill battle?
I bet it is. You're probably juggling what feels like a million manual tasks, right? Your team is stretched to the breaking point, and those tiny, costly little mistakes are starting to creep in. All the while, that mountain of boring, repetitive work, well, it just keeps getting bigger. And that, right there, is the core challenge for so many businesses. It's the classic puzzle. How in the world do you do more with less? Well, that is exactly the problem business automation was born to solve.
So, what's the secret? I can tell you the key to unlocking real productivity isn't about grinding harder or working longer hours. No way. It's about a total shift in thinking. It's about working smarter by designing your processes with automation at their very core. So, what even is business automation? Let's break it down. At its heart, it's actually really simple. You're just using software to handle all those repetitive tasks based on rules that you set. You can think of it like your own personal digital assistant, whose only job is to get rid of manual data entry forever. Just imagine this for a second. A salesperson closes a deal, and instantly, boom, an invoice is generated and sent. Boom, your inventory is updated in real time. And boom, the delivery team gets a notification. One single action triggers a perfect, seamless chain reaction. Now that's the power of an automated workflow. And this is where it gets really exciting, because these smarter workflows, they aren't just clever little tricks. They translate directly into saving you time, saving you money, and saving you a whole lot of stress. Just think about all the hours your team wastes manually creating invoices or sending out marketing emails. Automation can do that in seconds. It gives you real-time stock updates, so you're never guessing, and it can even handle your payroll. All of that time you get back is time you can pour directly into what really matters: growing your business. But listen, the cost of not automating is way more than just lost time. It's a direct hit to your bottom line. Every single typo, every miskeyed piece of data, every duplicated task, it all has a price tag. In fact, you're not going to believe this. Studies show that SMEs can lose up to 6%, of their annual revenue just from the drag of inefficient manual work. For your business, that could be a massive amount of money just vanishing into thin air. The key takeaway here is that automation cuts costs from literally every angle. You're reducing human errors, you're slashing overtime costs, you're preventing waste because you can forecast better, and you might even be able to replace multiple software subscriptions with one clean, efficient platform. Okay, so that's the big picture. But let's bring this down to earth. What does this look like in the real world for a real business? Let's check out a fantastic case study from a local retailer. Check this out. A Kuala Lumpur-based cosmetics retailer, they were spending 3 hours every single day just manually reconciling their sales data. After they put in an integrated system, that same task took them just 10 minutes. Go ahead and do the math on that. That one change saved them over 60 staff hours every single month. Think about that for a second. That's like getting a whole extra employee on the payroll month after month. Now, this is usually the point where a big question comes up. And it's a totally valid fear, actually. Is this thing going to replace my team? Are robots going to take our jobs? And the answer is a resounding no. It doesn't eliminate jobs, it elevates them. Automation frees your talented team from the mind-numbing routine stuff and lets them focus on what humans do best: strategy, talking to customers, and creative problem solving. All right, this all sounds great. But let's talk brass tacks: the money. How quickly can you actually expect to see a return on this investment on your balance sheet? And this might actually shock you. The payback is fast, like really fast. Most businesses see a full return on their investment within just 6 to 12 months. These aren't some far-off promises. You literally start saving money from day one. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like buying a new piece of machinery for your factory. Sure, there's an upfront cost, but this is a machine that works for you 24/7, it never gets tired, and it keeps delivering returns every single day, year after year. So you might be sitting there thinking, okay, I'm sold, but where in the world do I even start?
Well, the good news is it's way simpler and more accessible than you probably think.
It really just boils down to 3 simple steps. First, just identify your biggest pain points. What's slow? What's manual? What keeps going wrong? Second, and this is key, don't try to fix everything at once. Just prioritize one process that gives you the most headaches. And finally, find the right system and the right partner to help you bring that beautiful, new automated workflow to life. So, here's the final thought I want to leave you with. As the digital economy just keeps expanding, automation is shifting from being a nice-to-have advantage to a must-have necessity. Your competitors are getting ready. The only question left is, are you?
Odoo